Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Muhammad. My matrix number is 208257. Okay, so me and my friends Shaki and Shabil would like to present a topic which is, does women discrimination still alive? Okay, so before I continue, there is a quote, okay, as we can see at the bottom left from Drew Gilpin Foss, which is the president of Harvard University. Okay, she said that I'm not the woman president of Harvard, I'm the president of Harvard. Okay, so based on her quotes, she wants to show that there should be no gender inequality because when she becomes the president, there is no man or woman president. There is just the president of Harvard University. Okay, so there should be no gender inequality. So moving next slide. So the first discrimination is discrimination at workplace. Okay, so there is two example, which is first desperate treatment and second is sexual harassment. Okay, so as we can see, I have listed some of the example of disparate treatment. Okay, so first we have prejudice treatment in hiring or firing processes on account of gender. Secondly, we have being passed over for a promotion on account of gender, okay, also known as the glass ceiling. And lastly, we have because there is some cases which is female will getting paid less than a male employee who works for the same job. Okay, so as we can see, there is some example of desperate treatment. And secondly, for sexual harassment, in the image, we can see from International Bar Association 2018, they had done some survey on some survey from the workers. Okay, so from the respondent, the percentage of female that had experienced sexual harassment is greater than male. Okay, so this shows that sexual harassment is one of the biggest problem for female at workplace. Okay, so desperate treatment and sexual harassment is the example of discrimination at workplace. So next, I would like to invite Shabil to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Fikri, for your wonderful presentation. As we go for the wider view, it is discrimination in society. The first part is our club's president, minister, and prime minister. This is the fact that 1 out of 10 in the world, women take the title. Like example, like our prime minister and other ministry. This is because our typical Malaysian people think that women cannot become a great leader. That's why when it comes to voting, they just voted for mainly men without even knowing who is they vote for. So the next part is our education system. In Malaysia, boys are more likely to be selected in any other part, like as example as like class monitor, school prefect, and clubs president. So yeah, like and one of the most obvious one is when it comes to intake of any boarding school, boys are likely to be accepted earlier than girls. So this is one of the living proof of discrimination in society. Next slide. As we can see here, these are two graphs of visual proof that shows that the first one shows that the proportion of women in parliaments around the world. The good thing is the data is keep increasing by year. That's the good thing. And the second graph shows that the data of women leaders, which is also increasing by now. So as we go for the next section, which is discrimination in sports. So the first point is women's participation in sports entertainment. Women's participation is very less compared to men because the first one is because of this one, the total sports media coverage. As you can see here, this is the graphical proof that men's sports are likely to be covered more than women's sport. So this is one of the reasons why women are not interested in pursuing sports. And the second point is, can we go for the next slide? And for the second point, which is I think the main point and the obvious one, is sexism in sports. I think this because how our cultures sees women, that they only see women should cook meals, should, should wash clothes. So women are often being sexualized by their physical look. So this is also causing why there are a lot of discrimination in sports, especially for women. Okay, let's move on to the ways to overcome women discrimination.
Thank you, Shabir, for the great presentation. Okay, we already talked about the three women discrimination in workplace, in society, and also in sports. So enough of that. Let's talk about how to overcome women discrimination. Okay, first of all, uh, elevate them in government. Okay, in the world, roughly about 23.8% of parliament were women in 2018. As we can see from the graph before, in 1960 until 1968, the total women in parliament 0%. And as the year keep increasing, the total women in parliament also keep increasing. It's a good result for the world. For the investment case, as the women in position with authority, they intend to resolve national crisis without resorting to violence. They advocate for social issues that benefit to all. They allocate budgets to health and education. As an example, companies with strong female leadership on their boards have shown a return on equity that is 10.1% annually versus 7.4% from companies without women. So for the second point is to build a special organization that will focus and solve problems related to human discrimination. As we can see from the two pictures, Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita, Keluarga and Masyarakat and also UN Women are strongly focused to solve the women discrimination around the world. Okay, as for conclusion, uh, the top three aspects about discrimination of women need to be removed around the world, not only for fairness, but the future of women in this industry also will rise up. As for government, they need to realize the importance of women in these three industries to make the country much stronger. And as long as they in the right path, nothing will disturb them. That's all from us. Thank you.